Okay, dear students, today's class is about the Reserve Bank of India. We are going to discuss something about the Reserve Bank of India. Then what is the meaning of financial instruments and financial services? So a very broad topic today. Interesting news are also coming there. So try to participate in the discussion. And somebody is mentioning my voice is breaking. Whether my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
We'll check.
Sir, now it's fine.
Now it is fine. Okay, good. Okay, students. So we'll start the class discussion with the same news what I have posted. You can see when we are going to discuss about the Reserve Bank of India. Now the Reserve Bank of India is going to come out with new set of banks. They used to call it as bad bank scheme. Very interesting thing. Last year onwards, some of the banks, they are promoting the bad bank scheme. Bad bank is nothing, but it is only a financial corporation to recover the bad debts. You are studying in accounting, what is the meaning of bad debts? So if the more bad debts are coming, how to recover the bad debts? You know about the Indian financial system. Some of the big business people escaped from India, and India is searching in different places. And even after identifying those persons, India finds very difficult to bring them to India. But it finds a new concept to create a bad bank. If anybody is doing such type of activity, how to reconcile that one and how to create a provision for that one. So a nice scheme introduced by the Reserve Bank of India. Now it is in pipeline and they are going to mention that it costs around 6,000 crores. That means the capital for creating a bad bank. Indirectly, it is an asset reconstruction company which will have a capital of 6,000 crores. See that one, so that a separate entity will be identified to recover the bad loans. Because now the banks are finding very difficult. You know, few of the Indian business people, they are moving out of India after getting the loan. To avoid that one, the Reserve Bank of India promoted a new thing. We have to wait and see how it is going to work out. Based upon that, you must know what is the role of RBI. Yeah, I know you discussed about the role of RBI in UG courses, lender of last resort, printing the money, that is the currency, all these things. But now the Reserve Bank function has been expanded in a different direction. You can see in this another news, they mentioned that even the RBI is facing a pushback, a backward effect. When they decided to modernize the urban cooperative banks, in case of India, still we are not giving more importance for the cooperative system. That's why I asked, in case of Germany, cooperative banks are more. Their cooperative system is considered as the backbone of their country. But in case of India, it is not under the control of RBI previously. Now Reserve Bank of India taken over the control of cooperative banks. And they decided to modernize the cooperative banks, but they are facing number of challenges. So based upon this news, you must know that even RBI will face the challenge. We can't say that we can implement anything at any place without anything. That is once upon a time. Even the regulator is facing the challenges now. So that is the core thing now in case of the Reserve Bank of India. So before going to the concept of RBI, you must know why you are studying about the RBI from the MBA level. Simple thing. You must know how the regulator can function. Regulator means a monitoring authority. How the Reserve Bank of India is monitoring, how far your organization will get benefit through the RBI. That is why we are going to discuss about the Reserve Bank of India. It is not to study only the functions, but as an MBA student, you must know how the Reserve Bank of India is monitoring the other institutions, how it creates a checkpoint in different levels to the commercial banks. That is the purpose why you are studying about the Reserve Bank of India. You know about this person, how far Reserve Bank of India governor is going to take the role in monitoring others, especially in case of monetary policy. We have discussed the fiscal and monetary policy. Government will dictate, but Reserve Bank of India has to do everything. That is the operationalization of financial system in India. So what is the role of this RBI and how this Reserve Bank of Directors and Reserve Bank Governor is taking the control over all other commercial banks? You can see in the website of the Reserve Bank of India, you can see everything here. You can easily understand the concept of RBI by simply reading the preamble of the RBI. Why the RBI has been introduced. You can see that one. Of course, the primary aim is to issue of banknotes and keeping the reserve with the view of securing monetary stability. So you must know the concept of banknotes. Simply speaking, they are going to print the currency note. They can't simply print the currency note. There are some standards. So RBI is indirectly fixing the value for our currency. And how the currency and credit system of the country is going on. How through the credit system of India, others, that is the publics are benefited. That is very important. So the preamble of the RBI itself is said in such a manner that how it is going to monitor the stability of commercial banks and how these commercial banks are going to give power to the ultimate people. That is the Indians. That is the preamble of the Reserve Bank of India. That is why they are mentioning different functions for the Reserve Bank of India. They have to control the monetary policy. They are creating the database. What is the present reserve, everything. They are issuing the currency, regulating. They are giving direction for the financial markets, especially new products are coming. Then financial inclusion, which means that whether everybody is able to access the bank quickly. Then the educating the public and their protection. Debt manager to the government. If the government is in need of money, how the Reserve Bank of India can give. You know, during this COVID period, how Reserve Bank of India has given the money to the government. Then how they can act as the bankers to banks. Very important thing, the foreign exchange, because only the Reserve Bank will know the foreign exchange. Based upon that, the policy decisions have been created and sent to the commercial banks. At present, we are having the technology-oriented one. That is why the payment system, the settlement system, all are governed by the Reserve Bank of India. So if you see the website itself, you can clearly understand what the Reserve Bank of India is doing. So at present, the Reserve Bank of India role is only the policy decisions, but that policy decision will have an immediate effect in different areas, including foreign exchange, then creating the credit, that is debt markets for the public. That is very important thing. You may invest in any banks. Say, for example, Farzin may invest in commercial banks. Say, for example, our nearby bank, South Indian Bank, Farzin may invest. So what is the use of the Farzin's investment? She saved huge money and she is depositing in the bank, and it is available in the bank. How these small banks or the syndicate bank or the banks in retail area, what they are doing with that investment money. Farzin invested or deposited around 10 lakh rupees. How the bank is going to give the interest for the Farzin? Before that, the bank should at least utilize that money, 10 lakh rupees, for giving the loan to somebody else. Then only they will get the interest from somebody, and that interest amount will be given back to the Farzin. Otherwise, the banking system will not work. So the flow of money, simply speaking, the RBI has to determine clearly the flow of money. If there is no flow of money, nobody will earn any money. The deposit will be there. It is an ideal money. Nobody will get the interest, and there won't be any growth. Now it is not like that. After the formation of Reserve Bank of India, what is happening? If you are investing, if Farzin is investing 10 lakh rupees in South Indian Bank, that South Indian Bank will give that 10 lakh rupees as the loan to somebody else. And for that, they may charge around 18% interest or 12% interest. It depends upon the prime lending rate as decided by the Reserve Bank of India. They will charge around 12% interest, and that loan will get the 12% interest, where the deposit holders will get around 6% interest. The 6% is said to be the profit for the banks. That 6% only the bankers can maintain their income and expenses. That is the flow of funds, how the Reserve Bank of India is governing. The prime lending rate, that is the interest rate, has been fixed by the Reserve Bank of India. Likewise, the deposit rate is also fixed by the Reserve Bank of India. Then only we are able to balance, we are able to develop if we attract more investments, and that investments are utilized by somebody for doing his or her business or some other purpose, then only the country will grow. So for the growth of economic development of a nation, the RBI has to monitor clearly the flow of funds, where the funds are coming in, where we can spend, whether we are able to balance that effect and create a new methodology to improve the GDP. That is the primary aim now. If you are seeing the RBI policies, RBI is thinking clearly how we can develop, how we can generate money. That is important thing. That is why if you are doing a work for no cost, it is waste. If you are doing even a social cause as charging some money, you will increase your GDP. Same thing, it is a personal finance, that is the public finance. So simply speaking, the Reserve Bank of India at present concept is different, that is public financing system. How the funds are coming in and going out, whether actually the deposits are helpful for the investors as well as for the persons who need money to develop his own business. Then whether it will create a good economic condition for India. That is the reason why the Reserve Bank of India is clearly monitoring the funds flow and cash flows of the different banks. You can see the Reserve Bank of India website itself. They have mentioned different policy rates, reserve rate, exchange rate, deposit rate, then call rate, call at money. That is how much the Reserve Bank of India will charge interest for the bankers, because RBI is acting as the bankers for banks. That is why the Reserve Bank is also charging interest. And here they are given the call rate. Call rate means if the bank needs to get finance immediately, what will be the interest rate charged by the RBI? Directly we'll see. So the RBI is monitoring the entire banking system, that is the commercial banking system, with different types of bank rates. You can see that one. The bank rate simply means the rate at which bank can borrow from the Reserve Bank of India. If South Indian Bank is borrowing 10 crore rupees from the Reserve Bank of India, what is the interest rate? The RBI will charge. That is the bank rate. Repo rate, that is the repurchase agreements. The Reserve Bank of India is ready to give short-term money for the banks, provided they are depositing the SLR and CR with the Reserve Bank of India. For that, they are charging the repo rate. Reverse repo rate is just opposite to the repo rate. The rate at which a bank can park excess short-term funds from the Reserve Bank of India. It is just opposite to that one. Okay. So the Reserve Bank of India is fixing these rates. That is why if you've gone through the website, they have mentioned the different rates like that. You can see the current rates. You can see the present current rate. The reserve ratio is CRR is 4%. Statutory liquidity ratio is 18%. That is the present rate. How the Reserve Bank of India is fixing this rate, that is the crucial one. And how these rates are used to control that one. That is also a very nice question. If you are depositing 1,000 rupees in a bank, let us assume our Neeraj deposits 1,000 rupees in a bank. What the bank will do with the 1,000 rupees? Anyhow, for Neeraj, they have to pay the interest. Since Neeraj deposited minimum at least 3 or 4%, they will pay. But where this 1,000 rupees will go, how far the Reserve Bank of India is controlling that one. You can see if Neeraj deposits 1,000 rupees, some amount will go for the statutory liquidity ratio and some amount will go for the cash reserve ratio. They clearly mention now 4% and 16%. At present, the rate is like that. So 4% CRR means if Neeraj deposited 1,000 rupees with a bank, the 4% of 1,000 rupees will be with the bank at ready-made cash. Whereas remaining percentage, the SLR, if the SLR is 18%, whatever the bank deposits, 18% the particular bank should give to the Reserve Bank of India. That is the concept of SLR and CRR. SLR means statutory liquidity ratio. So in case of this type of CRR and SLR, the banks are using a nice concept along with the Reserve Bank of India. So if you are depositing 1,000 rupees, 18% will goes to the SLR and 4% goes to the CRR. CRR means it is in the form of cash. If anything happens wrongly, then we have to get back the cash reserve ratio. That is the concept of CRR and SLR. And it depends upon the Reserve Bank style of functioning. If the rates are increased, what will happen? Of course, the depositor will get good returns, whereas the business people won't get the good money for their capital. That is the problem. That is why Reserve Bank is going to maintain this type of rates. The bank rates, repo rate, CRR, SLR, all these rates are fixed by the Reserve Bank of India. How they are fixing that one? By going through the transactions happening in the banking system. Since Reserve Bank of India is the monetary authority, through fixing this loan disbursement system and deposit attraction system, they are managing the CRR and the SLR. You must know that is the core concept how RBI is controlling the other banks. And in my view, it is not only controlling, it is creating more value for the other banks. If any default happens, the RBI is coming to that bank immediately, and they are ready to take action as a regulatory body. See that one, the repo rates and reverse repo rate, how these people are fixing. Another one is called the marginal standing facility. That is, if the bank suddenly needs money, because suddenly most of the customers are going to South Indian Bank and they are withdrawing the money. So by that time, what South Indian Bank will do? Actually, South Indian Bank may have around crores and crores rupees. But in the form of cash, they are having very less amount. But particular day, maybe due to some like demonetization or some rumor is happening. Today, only the 500 rupees note or 2000 note will be valued. If you are not having such thing, go to the bank, surrender it, get new currency note. So what will happen? Most of the persons will afraid that we can withdraw the money from the bank. So everybody will go to the bank and withdraw the money. Whether the cash is available with that branch, that is the question mark. In such a case, the banks can get the money from the any other organization. That is, they can borrow funds overnight. Remember that overnight means within 24 hours, they are having the right to get money from other neighboring banks. So in such case only, we have to fix the marginal standing facility. What is the margin we are going to fix in case of the deposits? So these are all the technical terms used by the Reserve Bank of India to monitor the commercial bank. If you are seeing the difference between the Reserve Bank and commercial bank, it is very interesting. The RBI will charge when the securities are sold by the commercial banks within this country. Whereas commercial bank charge when the funds borrowed by RBI is within the country. Very nice difference. Simply speaking, the commercial banks are coming under the purview of the Reserve Bank of India. That is why the difference are in a different direction. You can see in case of commercial banks, they can control the money supply in the market, but Reserve Bank role is not like that. They are monitoring the entire transaction happening throughout India. So it creates a nice method to control the inflation. That is why there is a comment that still most factors are hindering the monetary transmission to bank rates. Most of the small banks still, they are not adhering to the standards as fixed by the RBI. That is another interesting thing. Since small banks are money lenders assume that they are all big person, they are not ready to come under the control of RBI. That is why to avoid the money lending business, the banks are introduced. Even in case of banks, there's a complaint that the banks are forcibly getting the debt amount, everything. So the RBI is now thinking about the challenges, how to fix the rate. You know, Once upon a time, even for continuously 2 years or 3 years, the bank rate has not been changed. But now it is not like that. Based upon the current market fluctuations, the RBI is fixing the rates for the different purpose. That is why the functions of the RBI at present, we used to say that it is the monetary authority, it is having the supervisor of the financial system. And these are all the traditional objectives and functions of the RBI. The core thing is the currency printing. Since the currency printing and managing is with the RBI, the foreign exchange is also controlled over by the RBI. We are having the FEMA Act, that is Foreign Exchange Management Act of 1999, which gives full power to the RBI to control the entire foreign exchange market. Another thing, the Reserve Bank of India is now funding even the developmental banks, and we used to call it as developmental role. You can see that one. It is acting as the banker to government. That is why when there was a second wave of COVID, immediately bank approaches all these persons. They used to maintain a nice system in RBI to control and maintain the related functions of other institutions. Simply speaking, it is going to bridge the gap between the foreign banks and Indian banks, displaying such a role nowadays. And as usual, the supervisory functions of the Reserve Bank is in a different method. Now they are fixing the norms to the banks. Even if the banks need another branch, they have to get the permission from RBI. Now they are doing the work of amalgamating, reconstructing. They are merging the banks. And some of the banks, they are going to give for privatization also. So new roles are coming for the Reserve Bank of India when we used to discuss the old function. As usual, you can see there is another nice function of the RBI, what we used to call it a SARFAESI Act. That is, if any bank is moving towards insolvency, what is the role of RBI? Because, you know, as we discussed, in case of India, most of the businessmen ran out of India and they are settling out. And they are considered as the defaulters. That is why now the Reserve Bank of India introduced the SARFAESI Act. Of course, it is 2002 Act, but now in 2020 and 2021, they are doing nice job. The output of this discussion of the SARFAESI Act by the RBI is only the bad bank system. How to create a bad bank and what is the meaning of bad bank? The Reserve Bank created. It is nothing. Bad bank means it is a bank for reconstructing the loans borrowed by the customer. That is the concept of bad bank. And you can see the Reserve Bank of India is also promoting the FinTech organization, that is Financial Technology Organization. You can see recent one news that the Paytm Money launches new features. Even users can pre-book Zomato IPO. Zomato is going to come with the new initial public offering. For that purpose, the Paytm Money is providing the services. You can think about that one. Because of the advancement in the technology, how far the Reserve Bank of India is giving full freedom to the fintech companies. Anyhow, these fintech companies are indirectly managed by the lead banking system in India. These fintech firms are now upcoming. As per this news, you can see, if you want to get one share of Zomato, you can pre-book with the Paytm Money also. The Paytm Money is acting as a service provider also. That is how the Reserve Bank of India is enabling new functions. In future, if you are going and sitting in the Reserve Bank of India, you must be able to know how far we can give benefit to the customers. That is the core aim of the RBI, and how to improve the GDP based upon the fiscal policy. That is the simple conclusion for the Reserve Bank of India. From that, we will move on to the financial instruments. We already discussed the meaning of financial instruments. Now, new different types of financial instruments are coming. We have already discussed the fintech, like fintech companies. Now, the private players are creating different type of financial instruments. You can see in the screen, this is a very good example from the Malaysia. In case of Malaysia, one of the entrepreneurs, he decided to fix the solution for the car purchases, because in case of Singapore, the buying one car is very costly. So what they will do, they will get the car for lease. That lease is also coming under the finance. Be clear, the lease financing system. So what happened here in the country like Malaysia, you can see RM99, that is 99. They fixed the charges for using the cars, like our Zoom in Bangalore. They created a new business. They are ready to lease the car for the people. From that leasing, they used to get the money. A nice and innovative product from the Malaysia. And they used to call it as Flex Subscribe. That is, simply speaking, it is the car leasing authority. But they changed the name. How they are financing the people. Because of their financing, what type of business they are able to develop. They created a nice business model, and that is also coming under the financial instruments at present. That is why I'm telling, when you are going and sitting in any one of the finance organization, your brain should tell clearly what type of financial products we can introduce. Here you can see, in case of Malaysian example, it is very interesting thing. Because in case of Malaysia, they first time created the, like our Zoom, they created the nice app, and they clearly mentioned that we are going to lease the cars for you. You need not buy. Because in case of both Singapore and Malaysia, buying a car is very tough. There are a number of legal regulations there. So what these people will do, we are going to give a car to you. You can drive, but you have to pay yearly leasing also. So that is how a new financial product has been established. See that one. It is a simply news with regard to a particular person, but it is not considered like that. It is also coming under our financial instrument, because that person utilized the Zoom car, he paid the money. So all these things are monitored by the fintech company in Malaysia. This is a new method of financing. They need not go for financing anywhere. They created. Only thing, they are having the asset of some of the cars, newly purchased cars they purchased, but for their customers, it is not the ownership, but they are giving us the rental for them. A nice system of financing, since the cost of the manufacturing, especially in case of automobile industries, it is increasing. The cost of new cars are very high in case of Singapore. So the purpose, these fintech companies created a new product, how we can help that investment. A nice idea has been created, and it is one among the financial instrument. You must know that one. It is also considered as the financial instrument. You can see they are having fleet of cars, and out of this fleet of cars, they are giving the rental for that one. Same thing in Zoom app in case of Bangalore. This is also coming under the financial instrument. Dear students, when you completed your degree, you are able to create your own financial product. Otherwise, we can't survive in future. See that one? So simply speaking, what is the meaning of the financial instrument? We already discussed in case of the banks. What is the meaning of financial instrument? What is the meaning of financial products? We have nicely discussed the same thing. Financial instrument, you can physically see, but you can feel that one. The financial instrument has been marked like a contract we can trade in market. That is why financial markets, we are having the primary market, secondary market, then derivative segments, the combination of both debt and equity market. So in case of financial instruments, whatever the new type of loans are coming or new methods of raising the finance is coming, it is also considered as a financial instrument. If you see the graph, you can easily understand. In case of money market, what are all the new instruments there? Now it is having more number of instruments. Every day, each and every banks are creating a new financial product and selling to the public, but some of them are not worthwhile. So they are changing the strategy. Same thing. Here you can see that one. The money markets, we are having the different categories. We used to call it as money market deposits, then negotiable papers, derivatives. That is the future contract. For that purpose, we are having the certificates of deposit, fixed deposits like that, repo rate, T-bills, even the bill of exchange, commercial papers, forward exchange, forward rate agreements, interest rate swaps. All these are all coming under the money market instruments. So dear students, we must know clearly about these money market instruments. In traditional speaking, we used to have only commercial papers, acceptance and bankers acceptance. But now it is not like that. The instruments are booming. Even though this slide I am showing, but now we may not know. Different methods of payment system is going to come. You can see in case of global level also, they are having some of the instruments. Treasury bills, federal funds, repurchase agreement, negotiable certificates or deposits, commercial papers, bankers acceptance, and euro dollars. They are considered as the global money. You know, in case of India, our currency is easily transferable. But if you want to buy some other country currency, you have to pay money. So the reason is they used to create some sort of instruments there. Then coming to the Central Bank of India. You can see the loan for every need, wings to every dream. How the Central Bank of India is promoting its product. A new loan system has been introduced, and this loan is considered as the financial product. Same thing in case of Axis Bank. Simply speaking, a card we have to, but you can see how many cards are issued by the Axis Bank. These are all the instruments. Axis Bank business loan, Axis Bank car loan, Axis Bank credit cards, that is Axis Bank debit card, credit card, bank gold loan, etc., etc. So each and everything we used to call it as an financial instruments. If you are going and sitting in an organization as a bank officer, you must know how we can increase the profit for their banks. For that purpose, we have to introduce the new product according to the needs of the customers. You can see Axis Bank, credit card, debit card, all are entirely new. They are ready to provide. So the method of selling all those things is also coming under the purview of Reserve Bank of India. You can see in case of Amex credit card, different cards have been introduced. This is called the product line in marketing. Same thing here. The Amex card is serving as a financial instrument. Another interesting story is about the systematic investment plan. Now, most of the banks, they created the SIP. SIP means nothing. You can deposit like a recurring deposit. At the end, you can withdraw anytime. Same thing in case of systematic investment plan, they will approach you every month. They will ask money from you and they will create a nice recurring deposit. So if any issues come, they used to distribute the profit to the investors. That is the concept of systematic investment plan. So this is another interesting product from the banks to attract the customers, because if there is savings, then only we are able to run the bank. Otherwise, we can't run the bank. So that is the one concept. That is why I told that is systematic investment plan, new methods. Then the mutual funds. Both now banks are also trading. You can see the mutual funds. Some of the mutual funds are working well. So this is another instrument. Creating a mutual fund is creating a new financial product. You can see most of the funds return less than 10% annually. Once the scheme has been introduced, the Reserve Bank of India faced the problem in the first one. So these are all relating to the money market instruments. When it comes to the capital market, we are having the share capital, that is the equity, fixed income, then derivatives, then exchange traded funds. These are the things we are going to discuss in an elaborate manner in the next unit. But the capital market instruments are divided into three headings: pure or basic instruments, hybrid instruments, and derivatives instrument. Pure investments means the equity shares. How we are going to raise money through the equity shares in stock exchange. Hybrid means it is combination of both the debt and equity. Derivatives means we will earn the money in long term. That is the derivatives. Futuristic contract. We will discuss all these things in second unit. So you can see the BSE website. All are considered as one of the product in BSE. We can't say that this is not a product, because that product means a financial instrument. You can see the BSE. What is the product in case of BSE? You can see number of products are there. Products in the sense the financial asset. You can see the BSE website. You can see market cap, S&P, BSE, Sensex, S&P, BSE, Bharat 22 index. All these things are there. These are all considered as the product. Even some of the banks, they created a nice financial instruments in the name of asset class. Then the debt market, long term. Then debt for short-term purpose, equity shares, and foreign exchange. Each and every items are considered as the financial product, or even they used to call it as financial asset. You can see the Another concept, digital assets are ready to mainstream. The government responded. Since the government is regulating the commercial banks, now the Reserve Bank of India clearly fixed whether we can say that digital assets are equivalent to the physical assets or whether it is coming under the preview of debt instrument or equity instrument. There are some digital assets nowadays. If the Bitcoins used to come, all are considered as the digital asset. Since you are having the card, either MasterCard, Visa card, all are considered as a digital assets. The money is with you for 24 hours if you are carrying the South Indian Bank card. So now, dear students, you must know that one also. The new type of financial instruments are coming in terms of digital assets. So we are aiming that the digital assets are considered to be the new type of product. Coming to the last part of the today's discussion, the financial services. What is the meaning of services? What the banks are doing, that is simply the services. Once upon a time, if you go for a loan in the bank, education loan, there are some counselors in the bank. They used to discuss with you. They are also doing the services. But here, financial services means what are all the functions rendered by the commercial banks for its customer? That is the financial services. Simple example is issuing the credit card, issuing the debit card. That is also a financial services provided by the banks. If you can see the classification, you can clearly understand what are all the different types of financial services. We used to classify under these headings, banking services. Under the banking services, there are a number of things are coming on. We have already discussed. Then forex services, foreign exchange services. That is currency. If you are going to visit the Russia, what currency you need? How much amount you have to spend? So the Reserve Bank of India is directly fixing. The government or private body, they are giving the counseling to you. You can buy the dollar and go. That is coming under the currency exchange, foreign exchange. Then the transfer between one country to another country. Now it is technology enabled. SWIFT technology has been introduced. That is also coming under the services. Then the investment services. We have discussed the systematic investment plan. It is also coming under the investment markets. Previously, we have to plan and we have to go to the bank and we will deposit. We have to plan. Our salary is only 10,000 rupees. How much amount we can save? But nowadays, it is not like that. The bankers know your transaction nicely. Bankers are also providing the nice services nowadays. That is why they used to divide into two groups. One is called fund-based services. Another one is called fees-based services. You can see in the heading itself, you can easily find out leasing, hire purchasing, bills discounting, credit financing, housing, the finance, all these things, housing finance are coming under the fund-based services. They used to create corpus fund. From that one, they used to spend. Another one is fee-based services. They will charge the fee. In case of Zomato IPO, it is going to happen weekly. You can see number of persons are providing the services. That's what the Paytm is mentioning. You can register in Paytm and get one share of Zomato IPO. That is called the fee-based services. Under that, you can see issue management, portfolio, corporate counseling, merchant banking, stock broking. All these are all coming under the fees-based services. It means that if anybody wishes to use the RBI services, they have to pay the fees. So these are all the different financial services. Even the savings, payment, Then the lending services, somebody may receive the call. We are talking from ICICI Bank. You need fund, we are ready to give within 1 hour time. That is the lending services, electronic banking, storage and valuables, investment advice, management of trust. All these things now the RBI is doing for its own commercial bank. You can see the another group of financial services, which includes the insurance, asset management, foreign exchange, and the role of banks. Each and every financial institutions are having its own value. There is another interesting news when we are discussing the financial services. You can see that one. During the pandemic, during the last year, the fund managers have been utilized for this purpose. That means for the purpose of providing different financial services, especially our finance minister announced a number of schemes during the first wave itself to revive the economy. That is also coming under the financial services. Private players also doing the financial services. You can see Sony Financial Services, business to business, wholly owned subsidiary. They created. Private players are also doing the nice system of recovering money from you. Now we are moving towards the digital payments. Everybody is having the debit card and credit card. So these people are providing the services in different forms. You can see that one. So this is how the new banking is moving towards. Now they are saying that artificial intelligence is going to transform the new financial services, followed by the different technology-based services. So dear students, based upon the today's discussion, very big discussion, I have not asked even a single question among you. So based upon the discussion, you must know clearly what is the role of RBI. Then very important thing, what is the meaning of financial services? What are all the financial instruments? What are all the new financial instruments you are going to create? As an MBA student, you are able to create some new financial instruments. That is why I told the example of Sony Corporation. They created a new financial instrument. In case of Malaysia, they created a new financial instrument. You must know what type of financial instruments we are able to create and what type of financial services we are able to provide to the customers. Whether you are thinking as an entrepreneur or whether you are thinking as a manager, you must know this thing. That is why we have discussed in the MBA level. So now you can switch on your camera for the purpose of attendance. Yes. Who is going to tell me the meaning of what is the role of RBI in future because of the introduction of new financial technologies other than the blockchain? Quickly, anybody is able to tell, other than the blockchain and cryptocurrency, new financial services are emerging. What is the name of the new financial services? Previously, we were not having Paytm, Google. I have given the clue. Anybody, come on, quick. New financial services. Melvin will say. Melvin, what is your opinion? What is the new financial emerging services using the technology?
Sir, that phone pay and all, that is not latest.
Yes, like cryptocurrency.
Yeah, cryptocurrency, hedge fund.
Yes, hedge funds. Come on. Kiran.
Sir, then this portfolio and also this for trading of stock now apps are available. That's also
Okay, good.
But RBI could monitor this also.
Okay. Kiran, you will have some new idea. Okay. Okay, students. Yes, Kiran.
Yeah, sir. As Melvin told, sir, now we can buy the shares through online. Like we have apps like Zerodha, stock buys. So in future we'll get some more apps like that. Hope to see
Okay,
some more apps.
good. New apps are coming. I will give you clue even in case of coming Olympics. They introduced a new method of payments. Anybody identified that one? What is the new payment system emerging from Japanese technology because of the Olympics game? Try to find out. And you can visit the Olympics like our Bitcoins, etc. In the Olympic Games, a new method of disbursement of cash has been emerged. With the help of Japanese technology. Try to find out and post it in our WhatsApp group. That is the today's question. We will discuss the remaining parts in the next class. The next class will be slow class, don't worry. Today, we have to rush up because of the time consent. We'll see in the next class. Until then, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.